Hey friends, today we're going to draw this cool, cute nutcracker. All you need is a Sharpie, a pencil, and some crayons. And let's get started. We're going to go step by step, every step of the way. We'll do this together. We're going to start with the head first. So you want to leave room at the top for the crown. So approximately 4 finger widths down or so. Let's start with a straight line for the top of the head. And then we'll do a slightly curved line down and a slightly curved line down on that side. And then the dotted lines here represent where we will be erasing. Okay, so we want to draw that line really light, so you can barely see it. Okay, really light so that it's easy to erase. Draw light till you get it right. Step 2, we're going to add the body of the torso and then a little bit of hair. So let's start right here. We'll do a slightly curved line down and a slightly curved line down, and then another very light line. This is kind of like drawing a snowman. It's very cute. Very light line again because we're going to be erasing for this beard here. All right, and then let's give our nutcracker some hair. He's got just kind of wispy hair that comes off to the side. All right, step number 3, we're going to add the belt and the bottom of the coat and the legs. So start with the little belt. And once again, let's draw that line really light so that we can erase. And then a slightly curved line down, slightly curved line down. And then the bottom of the coat has a slight curve in it as well. Now we'll do 2 long rectangles or 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines down for the legs. Now we're going to be doing an easy rectangle at the top for the top of the crown. Then we're going to go outward and outward. So starting here, we're going to go out and out for the interesting part of the crown, for the zigzag part. And then I call this capital letter W's, W, 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 W. Or you could refer to it as a zigzag line for the top. Next, we have a half circle or a dome shape for the crown, and then another small dome shape for the top of that crown. Okay, and nutcrackers actually do crack nuts. So let's give him a nice big mouth with which to crack nuts. Right in this area, I'll just be drawing a very large rectangle shape. Let's start from the top. I see 2 decorative lines in the crown, so that's 2 horizontal lines. Now let's put in this long beard. Notice how the beard extends below the belt. So I'm going to do a long line down from the mouth and another long line down from the mouth. And then I'm going to come up, 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 zigzag, zigzag. Just like so. Let's start with this wooden arm on the left. This one is holding the staff. I'm going to come out. And I'm going to come down to about the width of the belt. We can darken in the belt now, actually. We can also erase these little tiny little lines in here that we did, and we can erase this tiny little line there. All right, and so remember, they're made out of wood, so we don't have to have real hands. We're just going to have a U shape for the hand on this side. Okay. And we can give it a shoulder pad and a little accent cuff on the cuff right there. And now on this side, this arm just comes all the way down almost to the bottom of the coat. Okay, so they made these things pretty realistic to the human body, because our arms go almost down to our waist. But this wooden arm connects right here. So I'll just do a little line out, then come down to about, like I said, the bottom of the beard actually. And then we'll do a little cuff, a little hand, and another little cuff shape. And then we can put in the detail for the arm pad right there. All right, now we'll do 6. Step 6 is to finally add the mouth, nose, mustache, a few more details. Let's start with the nose. The nose is a long, thin rectangle, just like this. Long, thin rectangle. And then an easy way to do the mustache would be a letter C shape and a backwards letter C shape. And then we'll give it a tail. Like this. Like that. Very good. Our Nutcracker has 2 pink little cheeks, just like so. And then the eyes are a football shape. So we'll do a football shape, a rainbow line and a smiley face line, a rainbow line and a smiley face line. Okay, then a circle and a circle and a circle and a circle. Now we'll do the teeth and the buttons and the staff. So the fun way to do the teeth is to start with a horizontal line, and then we'll do 2 capital M's, or 1, 2, 3, 4 rounded teeth at the top. 2 capital W's. There would be 1 W. There's another W. So it's just a few ways to think about how to do that. Super cute. Now we have some buttons with some stripes. So let's do 4 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the stripes, or these would be, I don't know, decorations on the coat, or a way that they might fasten the coat shut. I don't know. Now we will put in the long vertical lines wherever you want to start. Maybe you want to start at the top here, like this. The top of it goes to about his mustache, so maybe I could do it a little higher. It doesn't really matter though. And then I'll start with an oval shape, and then a vertical oval. So this is a horizontal oval, a vertical oval, a horizontal oval, and then some kind of fun shape for the top. And now we can erase this line and this line. Okay, and then I'll just extend that down. Extend that down to the bottom, like so. Okay, and here's where you can customize your background. I have fun, like wooden looking trees just to go with the wooden Nutcracker, wooden trees. First, we'll put in the horizon line. The horizon line is where the sky meets the earth, and it's always very important to show a horizon line. This kind of gives your picture a sense of place, helps the viewer kind of understand where your hero of the shot is. And in this case, our Nutcracker is in this snowy world. I'm going to start with the top of the tree and work downwards. So when we're doing trees in this style, we'll start with a triangle or upside down V, and then make the first bottom rounded. Okay, and this is the only one that you'll see the full triangle of. Actually, since I put the star up there, I don't even see the full triangle there. But from here, you're going to come down and down, and then another one. And these little sections keep getting bigger as you go down. So here's a third one and it's a little bit bigger, and a fourth one and it's a little bit bigger and longer, and maybe it runs off of the page a little bit. Maybe it runs behind your nutcracker. Maybe it doesn't. And then we'll put on the trunk. And anytime you can overlap things, it always looks more visually interesting. So here I've overlapped my trunk, therefore I use my eraser to erase the underlapping lines so that the trunk is in front of the horizon line. Okay, now you can make a little star here. Very cute. Let's do the other side. Maybe this one is lower. Okay, so we have room. We'll make room for the little crescent moon. But of course, you can customize yours any way that you want. Now I will start a little bit lower, like I said, and maybe this whole tree is a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller. And once again, this trunk will overlap the horizon line, so we will erase that line. Let's give it a little star on top. And last thing would be snow, the falling snow. You could put little stars in the sky, or you could draw some snow. If you do snow, remember that the snow not only falls in the background, but it also falls in front of the trees and in front of our nutcracker. So not only will we be putting little bits of snow falling back in the sky, but we also want to make sure that we put some on the trees. And maybe the snow gets bigger as we get closer to the bottom, because that would make it look like it's more in the foreground, right? Okay, let's not forget to put some on our nutcracker too, because the snow falls in front of the nutcracker, not just behind the nutcracker. Maybe I'll put a cute one there, and there, and there we have it. The next step is to use a Sharpie marker and trace all of your lines. We do that for lots of reasons. The main reason is, look how cool it makes your drawing look, right? Looks a lot cooler when you've darkened and tightened up those lines to make them really tight. And it's really good for hand-eye coordination, and it also makes you into a better drawer because you're essentially drawing the objects twice, right? It's good for fine motor skills, and like I said, it just looks that much more awesome, especially when you color in crayon over the drawing. It helps all the shapes stand out. Okay, so I just filled it all in with Sharpie marker. At this point, if you want to erase some of these little lines that you didn't quite cover up, you can do that, and then we will get started coloring. When I have one color in my hand, I like to color all of the objects that are in that color. Thanks for hanging out and drawing this nutcracker with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. Bye.